are back in the last set of matches for the day. We have two more matches in the lower bracket with MEOW against the Catgirl Maids and the Wild Things versus the Big Bonkers. We are this time going to take this, going to put the spotlight on MEOW and the Catgirl Maids. The cat battle is about to unfold, and I think those two teams, they have a lot to prove in this lower bracket match.
Yes, because of course here as well, elimination is on the horizon for some of these teams. Maybe we can take another look at the sheet for a little bit to see the standings and what's at stake. We could also take a look at tomorrow, what the plan is going to be. So right now we are, of course, in the third round of the day. MEOW versus Catgirl Maids, Wild Things versus a Big Bonkers. Whoever loses those matches will be eliminated. And if you win those matches, you will play tomorrow. The winners of these two matches that we're about to watch will face each other in the lower bracket semifinal tomorrow. There is, of course, the upper bracket final between Equinox and Lilies that will happen at the same time. Then there will be another lower bracket final. And then we have the two winners of those matches that will face each other in the grand final. And that grand final will be at 8:30 CEST. So those are the stakes. That is the plan. So we will, of course, be here tomorrow as well. But for now, we're going to spectate MEOW versus Catgirl Maids, and maybe if that match is over, we can still catch some of the other match, but we will have to see about that. Yeah, MEOW versus Catgirl Maids. We have Zara and Ya versus Misfit Maid and Miss. Miss, who is a Dutchie, we love to see it. We have some Miss from the United States, Misfit Maid. And of course, two Germans on the other team, Zara and Ya. So, what do you think? What's your prediction here?
Of course, I'm not gonna be biased just because there's a team from Germany and I'm also from Germany. But you know, I think Zara and Ya, they have shown a lot of skill, a lot of pace in the last tournament, and I think they can bring it on once more, secure their place in the top 4, and they will be looking to cause a little bit of trouble to the other teams tomorrow. Of course, they will have to face off against the opponent of the Wild Things versus Big Bonkers. We're gonna see whoever that is. That is also a match that, on paper, you'd think the Wild Things are the favorites, but what happens on the track is sometimes completely different, and Big Bonkers, they have developed some momentum.
Definitely.
That is not to ignore in that case. And yeah, 2 of those 4 teams that are currently left on this day will make their way into the top 4 and then hopefully bring a good challenge to Equinox and the Lilies, the 2 teams who are already guaranteed to be top 3. I have to correct myself from previously on the broadcast. Of course, whoever loses that match is going to the lower bracket finals, which means they are guaranteed to be top 3 and therefore also guaranteed to have a bigger haul of points than the 4th place. And we're going to see who is going to face whoever makes the lower bracket semifinals. But before we get to that, we don't want to get too much ahead of ourselves. You, of course, have these 2 matches on
only if
Saturday.
You're driving PB, then you do want to get ahead of yourself.
In that case, yeah.
We have the pick and bans. Let's go. Misfit Maid is going to ban first. She is now deciding on which map that is going to be. Of course, we are still in the best of 3 format. Tomorrow, the grand final will be a best of 5, but all the other matches are best of 3. Nest is banned. We're not going to see that one, which is interesting because we've seen that in a lot of matches. Seems to be a favorite for a lot of teams. Also, Supination will not be played. Have we seen Supination today? I can't recall. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Anyway, MEOW is now picking a map the first map that will be played. Let's see what their choice is going to be. Of course, biochemistry. We haven't seen that one today yet. Or at least, wait, actually, we have. The big Bonkers played on it. Maybe we will see it again. Still have about half a minute left. MEOW is picking right now. Let's get some meows in chat. Many cat emo, all the cat emotes. Let's hear it. Let's see it because we've got a lot of cat teams right now. Biochemistry is the first map that's going to be picked. We have Celestia as the map of choice for the Catgirl Maids, and then the decider map will be Attention. So biochemistry is the one we're going to start at. Celestia, and then Attention. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see how this plays out. Neon. Here we go.
This is going to be an interesting one. We also finally get to see Celestia. I don't think we had a single match on this map this evening yet. Maybe on the ones that we did not get to broadcast. But this time around, we're guaranteed to see it on the second map. And hopefully we're also getting to see Attention as the third map. Right now we're still on Super Nation doing the warm-up. And we're going on to biochemistry. Once again, one of our favorite maps. And I think also the entire playing field really, really likes the map. Unfortunately, that one was not cup of the day. I think many more people would actually appreciate it a lot if they were able to play it. But hey, if you, dear viewers, are inclined to play the maps yourself, you have the chance to do so in the Women's Racing League Club in Trackmania. All you need for it is standard access, if I remember correctly. And you can also play the maps for yourself, maybe even steal a world record that Alucia is totally not going to take away live on the broadcast next time she's playing again. And we're going to see how you are faring against the girls competing here, and we're going to see how the girls are competing on this specific run on Bioengineered. Take it away.
Yes, and we have a good start from Zara and Ya both. Miss and Misfit Maid have already made some mistakes, 0.7 behind, so it is the ladies from MEOW who are in the lead. This is going to be an interesting cast with all the cat noises. Zara and Ya both with a good dirt slide there. Miss already a second behind. It is Zara, however, with even half a second on her teammate, not messing around, as jumps a little bit more to the left than she probably wanted to, but still manages to land properly, and Ya will finish with 0.7 exactly behind her. They start off with an ace for Team MEOW. And that is a good start if you are from Germany right now.
Definitely. That is, unless you hate your own country for whatever reason. Unfortunately, we do not have the team tags in the scoreboard, but we are not going to complain too much about that. You know who the teams are. And we see Ya flipping out in the most epic way possible. Misfit Maid liked it so much, she had to do it too. That means we have Miss and Sarah out in the lead, but Sarah's lead is quite substantial. Miss with a beautiful buck slide. Nope, that one is a little too tight. And Sarah, that means she's the only one who's keeping it clean on this specific round. Can she maybe pick up a new PB, or is she just going to win this round? I'm saying just as if it wasn't incredible enough. She comes home with a 44.4. That is not quite PB pace, but it is an uncontested win for her. Miss, can she still make it to the goal in time? She can. That means we have a victory for MEOW. Catgirl Maids still have a little bit of time to catch up.
Yes, and the score is already 5-1 for Team MEOW here, which is, of course, a huge gap to look at if you have just started this match. So let's see how the Cat Girls are able to bounce back from this. They need to get it together, maybe. Of course, you are on the verge of elimination, so nerves do come into play here. and you need to be able to overcome that. Zara is taking the dirt slide very nicely, and Miss from the Netherlands is also hot on her heels, but still the gap is over a second. Zara seems to be very, very comfortable on this map here. But it is Ya who has a better line. Is she going to overtake? It is. Oh my God, she actually overtakes for the ace. And that is 8-1 right at the last bit there on the dirt section. Miss just had a little bit of an awkward line, and Ya was able to snipe that right away from her.
Also, do not forget Misfit Made with a PB. Can we have some claps in the chat for that? Of course, we have another round to go. Yeah, hits the wall a little bit there, and it seems like Misfit Made has dropped off too, just slightly. But Miss, her teammate, is so far in the lead. Can Zara do anything about that? We're going
So
into
close.
the bobsleigh part. Zara is now in the lead. The bug slide may
Wow.
make or break this run, and it absolutely makes the run for Zara. She's once again comfortably in the lead, just picks up an 8/10 lead from Miss here, simply through a perfect bug slide. That is how important that specific turn is. And it looks like Yaken once again, she can repeat the same feat and just snipe the second place away from Miss once more. That means it's another ace, 11-1. And Team MEOW picks up the win on biochemistry.
That line there from Ya was just more inside and tighter, and twice in a row she did the exact same trick. And I mean, she's probably looking at the scoreboard, like, why did I get overtaken twice? And she's probably going to look at that line and try to improve it in the next practice sessions. But for now, that was just a really good overtake by Ya twice in a row. We're going to the next map, Celestia by Ellipse. We haven't seen that today yet in this cast, at least. Always a nice map to play and to drive. Ellipse, of course, a mapper who has a lot of COTDs under his belt. And now he is mapping for the Women's Racing League as well. We are in the warm-up. MEOW is one map ahead, and it is up to the Catgirls now to take this map, or this weekend will be over for them. Neon, take it away.
Round 1, and we have Sarah once more in the lead. Misfit Maiden not quite making the turn. That is oddly relatable. I have done the same 10,000 times on this map before, and yeah, unfortunately hits the barrier too. We have Sarah who's still setting off after a miss, but Miss so far has this race under control. Once again, a beautiful line through the technical part, but Sarah with a more daring line through the plastic part takes the lead of the race. Can she keep it together? Outside line here in the sausage part, and she hits the wall in the grass part. Miss once again taking the lead. Can she bring it home? It's an absolutely perfect jump. 45.1. That is a beautiful race from her side. Sarah picking up the scraps in second place. Yeah, bringing it home in third. Misfit Made, unfortunately, once more off the pace. Hopefully she can bring it back in the next round.
Yes, so we started this round with a draw, and that is a lot better for the Catgirls. Opens up some possibilities. Let's see if they can take advantage of that. It is Misfit Made who makes a mistake early. This doesn't seem to be her map. Oh, and it is Ya who now takes that dirt exit just off and will flip out. Zara, who is in the lead. She is driving a really good match today. First map, she was very strong. Now she's once again strong. 2 seconds ahead on Miss, who is in second place. And it looks to be Zara who's going to take that first place here. Right now, Ya is in third place with a 3-second deficit. Zara takes first, very clean. Miss will take second. Ya will take third, which will result in a win for MEOW, and Misfit Made will not finish, unfortunately. Zara, she's going for it. She's confident. She's clean. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and she's getting the points in.
That is definitely something that Sarah is going to like. She once again takes the lead of the race quite early. Misfit made this time with a better first section, but still has to counter losses on to the top three. Yeah, that was a close outside line. Cannot quite hit the transition. Can Misfit mate maybe pick up the scraps here? Doesn't seem like she is quite able to. Hits the inside barrier. That is unfortunate. We're going to the top two. Miss in second place is trying to chase down Sarah, but Sarah is keeping it absolutely clinical so far. She's once again really quick through the hybrid card in the end, and she hits the finish, but Miss does not. She actually misses the finish. That was not intended. Ja, on the other hand, lands it and picks up the second place, which means we have an ace for MEOW.
With that ace, they widen the gap to 4 points. They only need 4 more points as well for the win here in order to stay in this tournament this weekend. And really, the way it's been going, it doesn't look like the Catgirls are able to make this happen. But as I say that, Miss will make a mistake and will fly off that dirt section. It is Zara who takes over the lead. Ya is in second place. They're looking at another ace here. And that would put them 9-2, which is very, very unfortunate for the Catgirls because that would mean they need to win everything with an ace from then on. Zara is just so strong. She will finish in first place. Ya will take second place. That is another ace, 9-2. And this was not Misfits Maids' map here. She will finish. Actually, she will not finish. Miss doesn't finish either. Just before the finish, the timer ended. It is match point. They only need 1 more point. And this is looking to be over really soon if it goes on like this.
Beautiful start by Yash. He's taking the lead, but Miss is having absolutely none of it. Neither is Zara. Zara definitely making a claim for #1 driver at Team MEOW. But I think Ya doesn't really mind as long as she can make it past Miss. Looking to the plastic parts, and it looks like Sarah is impossible to catch. She's keeping the pace up incredibly high. Miss and Ya both have to compromise their lines, but Miss has to respawn. This is the worst case scenario for the Catgirl Maids. Sarah has to compromise on the last jump though, which means that Ya can snipe away the win in this round. Sarah still comes home in second, which means we get another ace for MEOW. But Sarah isn't quite invulnerable in this specific round.
And let's quickly switch over to the other match that is still going on, I think. GG to both teams. MEOW will continue in this tournament. Tomorrow we will see them again. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to the Catgirl Maids, but let's switch over to the next match. That is at the moment 1 map ahead in favor of Big Bonkers, and it is the Wild Things who are 3-0 in the lead. But it is Maji who wins this round. Sneaky Annie in third, which means a win. They will take 2 points. The score is 4-2. And this match is still going strong, and anything can happen here. So let's take a look at what the result will be. Of course, also, we're fighting for elimination and continuation in the tournament. So a lot at stake.
That is hitting the nail on the head. We have Sneaky Annie with an unfortunate mistake. Kido is taking the lead through the dirt quarter pipe. Stardust is quicker though and taking it away right after that. Maji, she's still chasing after that, and Kido has to compromise her line a little bit. High jumps from at least 2 of the ladies. Kido is trying to keep up with her teammate, but cannot quite do so. Was that enough for Maji to catch up? Kido slowing down for a reason that I did not quite catch, but it means that Maji will take away that second place. Stardust brings home the win, and we have a victory for the Wild Things on Ness for the moment.
Yes, and the gap is still 3 points, so that would be an ace needed for Maji and Annie. or 3 victories to close that gap. Here we go. The next round has started. Maji with a good start in first place. Stardust following close behind, and also Keto. The gap between the top 3 right now is less than 600 of a second. Right now, Stardust is dropping a little bit. It's now 0.1. Maji going strong in first place. Kato is trying to get closer, a little bit more of an inside line, does manage to get closer, gets a little bit more speed out of that, and does take first place. She will go first into that quarter pipe checkpoint there, and nobody seems to be missing it. We've seen that happen. It is now the ladies of the Wild Things in first and second, and let's see, Maji cannot quite catch up. The Wild Things will take the ace here, and this gap is now 6 points. It is track point for the Wild Things. The Big Bonkers need to ace basically 3 times in a row in order to win this map, so that is a big ask. Let's see if they're up for it.
Not quite 3 times. At the end, a victory would also do it, but we get the point. And I hope that the Big Bonkers also get the point, because they need to bring the fight back. They want to stay in the specific map. So far, it's not quite looking to their wanting, I could imagine. Annie is a little bit behind, but Stardust makes a mistake and has to respawn. And Keto is also not quite up to the pace. Annie is up in second place, but hits a wall that has to respawn to. Maji is still quite comfortably in the lead. She's over a second ahead, almost 2 seconds ahead of Keto, but is that enough? Keto only needs a second place, and Annie is 5 seconds behind. Maji, she does her part, brings home the win, but Keto keeps it cool and brings home the second place, which means we have a draw. Annie almost sniping away the third place from Stardust. We have a draw, and Nest goes to the Wild Things. We're going on to the decider map, map number 3. And I'm very curious which one that actually is.
It is Celestia. We're going to see that one again. That is a nice one to finish it out on. The score is 1-1. Last map is going to be the decider. If you lose the map, you will be out. If you win the map, you will continue to tomorrow to fight one more day. And we will fight it out on Celestia. And as someone in chat has mentioned, a very observant, Maji's crash rate is super low, which is really good. It's only 8% crashes, so she is very consistent. She clearly put in a lot of hours to practice here. Of course, we have a coach, Spam, who is coaching her and Annie, and that looks to be paying off for sure. So props to her for making that happen.
It is only getting better. So far, Big Bonkers have profited from a great momentum, even though they had to concede the first upper bracket round. Kido now with an unfortunate mistake into the first section. Annie is taking the lead for the moment, but Stardust has so much excess speed that she's stealing it away. Annie has to respawn after a scuffed third exit. Can she somehow bring it back? Kido now back in third place.
Wow.
Stardust a little bit slow in the road section. Maji is taking the lead. And even with Annie having to counter losses, this would be the best scenario that Maji can achieve for the moment. The draw would definitely see them participate in this map in a favorable position. And she brings it home. Kido in second. Can Stardust bring it home ahead of Annie? No, she cannot. The jump isn't quite far enough, and Annie snipes away the third place, which means we have a victory for the Big Bonkers.
They open the score with a victory. The score is 2-1. Anything can still happen. Of course, the scores are still quite low. We're going to 10, but still, it is good to start a map with a victory. It's good for the confidence, good for the momentum. Let's see if they can capitulate on that. Sneaky Annie with a good start. She's now in first place. And Kato, however, good line there. Takes over that first place. Maji and Sneaky Annie in pursuit. And there is some teleporting going on behalf of Kato, but it is all just visual glitches. Maji still looking to overtake there. Maji with a PB of 44.4. Well, oh, and now she clips, but so does Kato. They're both slowing down. Annie does have more speed, and she will actually take first place here. Kato takes second, Maji takes third, and Stardust will take fourth. That's another win for the Big Bonkers, and they are extending their lead to 4-2.
Now, is there a better sight than driving around in third place, like a second off the leaders, and see them both bonk in the penultimate turn? I think Annie just had the best moment of her evening, and she's probably very happy to clinch that victory, but can she do it once more? We have Stardust with an incident.
And Kato.
We have Kato with a slowdown. Maji is taking over the lead, and Annie is in second place, and that would be so important for the Big Bonkers to bring it into the next phase. The Wild Things, they are counting the losses, but Annie is also hitting the wall. Can Kato maybe do something about her? She has excess speed, but it will be compromised in this specific turn. Maji brings it home cleanly. Annie, the jump is just far enough, and she brings home the ace for the Big Bonkers, 7-2. Now the Wild Things have to bring something big to the table.
And the Big Bonkers are in such a good position now. They have a 5-point gap, and they just need to take it slow. They just need to finish 3 rounds in a row, basically, in a decent position, and that will give them the win. 1 ace or 3 decent rounds is all they need. It's up to Kato and Stardust now. The ball's in their court. They need to push it. They need to bring it home here. Kato clips the side and will slow down, but it's Stardust in the lead. And Annie also clipping the side. Maybe just still a little bit of pressure. Getting to them always possible. Maji, though, is not ready to give up yet. She wants that first place. She knows she's driving well today, and she is fighting. Look at that. So close with Stardust. Last round here. Does Maji have more speed? Is she able to snipe it? Stardust, does she? She does not make it. Stardust doesn't have the correct aim, and Maji will take first place. Annie actually gets second place, and that is it. That's the match. The Big Bonkers continue to tomorrow. What just happened? Oh my goodness. GG to both teams, but wow.
From last seed to first round elimination in the September event, on to top 4 in the October event. That is a story to write home about.
Wow.
That is definitely something that Maji and Annie can be proud of. 10-2 on this map, of course, slightly aided by the mistakes of the Wild Things. Maybe the pressure went to them a little more than they expected, than we expected, definitely. But they have once again shown a solid display of talent. First round win against Catgirl Maids is definitely something they can be proud of. And even though the matches against Equinox and the Big Bonkers did not quite go to plan, I think they have all the reasons to be optimistic about the November event, and hopefully we're going to see another great showing from them. Congratulations to the Big Bonkers. We're going to see them tomorrow in the lower bracket semifinals, and that is... I gotta be honest, I did not quite expect them to step it up that much. That is a difference like day and night they have shown tonight. So the spams coaching, all the practice, all the time to consider what you can do different, and of course the instant improvement, that is absolutely visible, and they have proven they can fight with a big goals.
Like you said, they definitely exceeded expectations. I did expect them to perform a lot better than last week or than last month. I think last month they really went into it with not expecting the level of play that they were facing, and it really opened their eyes. And I did expect them to put in a lot more hours, a lot more practice, but they still performed a lot better than I thought they would. So I expected them to be better than last month, but they definitely exceeded expectations in a big way, because they're about to face off with MEOW, the winners of the match that we also just saw. So Zara and Ya, get your practice in, because you're facing Annie and Maji tomorrow, and that will be the first match that we see. Maybe we can take a look at the bracket again. Equinox and Lilies will be the upper bracket final tomorrow at 7 CEST. And at the same time, we will see MEOW versus the big Bonkers. There you go. There is the bracket. Take a look at the plan. 4 matches today, 2 of which will be at the same time, and then we will look at the lower bracket final and then the grand final. For the October event, this was a spectacular day. I really enjoyed watching all of those. I think it was a very good skill level, and it's looking to be a very exciting Sunday, I think.
You can definitely tell that everyone in this bracket has been improving a lot since October, since September.
Very much.
Of course, it is unfortunate that we don't get to see the Birds of Prey and Red Blue, but that's just how it is sometimes. Life sometimes just gets in the way, and that is totally fine. And we're, of course, hoping to see them again as soon as possible, at the latest in November. And before we get too much ahead of ourselves, tomorrow we are once again going to start off at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime right on this channel, or if you would prefer to watch in French, we also have a French cast with Jinxu, all announced on our Discord server. So if you would like to stay up to date with everything WRL, feel free to join our Discord and follow us on our socials. We would be happy to see you again also on this channel. Until tomorrow, have a nice evening. I'm going to go watch the Formula 1 sprint race later on. Do you have any similar plans?
Not really. I think I'm gonna just chill out a little bit and then just play with the cats. I don't know. I have no plans. I have no plans. I will just see what happens tonight. But it sure started. The evening started really good with all these matches. I had a great time, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, people. I hope you enjoyed it in the chat as well. A lot of great matches today. Tomorrow it's going to be even better, I think. So hope to see you again then.
And with these words, we are going to bid you farewell for this evening. And yeah, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. Be here. You don't want to miss it. Top 4 has never been this interesting.
Definitely.
It only gets more interesting every single tournament, of course. We do not only have to say that for PR reasons. It is actually this way. Trust us. We are engineers.
Trust.
And therefore, we hope to see you again tomorrow. Until then, have a nice evening and take care.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.